It's time for us to tell them what we want as priorities, what we want worked on as legislation, and what positions with current legislations we want them to take on our behalf. And to do that, we've got some great organizations, you know, grassroots, real grassroots organizations that's happening. And until we get back involved, the government's just going to go on, continue taking over, continue taking more and more and more. That's what got me involved. I am tired of us turning into a socialistic country, the USSR. So now our Tea Parties and Liberty Parties. And we're going to start it off first with, right here in Baton Rouge, the Baton Rouge Tea Party, Jennifer Madsen, the president of Baton Rouge Tea Party.
Can y'all hear me? Great. Yes. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. Baton Rouge Tea Party is active on the local, state, and federal level. Many of you are Baton Rouge residents and helped us beat the bond campaign here in East Baton Rouge Parish. On the federal level, we have several items coming up the Baton Rouge Tea Party is going to become more and more active in. And the first is the health care debate. We are opposed to any federal mandate that requires private individuals or companies to purchase health coverage. We oppose taxing Cadillac plans or imposing fees on medical manufacturers. These are not solutions to our health care crisis. These are cost-sharing measures, not cost-saving measures. True health care reform will require that we reduce the overall cost of health care. There are free market solutions to this, such as tort reform, friendly crowd this evening, selling insurance policies across state lines. The more the average citizen has control over the health care dollar, the better health care system we will have. We are also opposed to any environmental legislation that allows the federal government to determine who is allowed to emit greenhouse gases. Now, don't get me wrong, we believe we need to be good stewards of the environment. But allowing bureaucrats to distribute carbon allowances is one more method for the federal government to control private industry. The proposed cap-and-trade system will have a devastating effect on the Louisiana economy and on our state budget. Since the repeal of the 17th Amendment, there is no avenue for the states to defend their rights at the federal level. Without this balance, the federal government has continued to encroach upon the rights of the states. Little discussion is given to the role of the federal government versus the state government. Federal programs are formulated based on need, want, and desire, and not constitutional directive. Most of you here are members of Tea Parties from Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and the surrounding areas. So I really don't need to go over the Tea Party tenets with you. But there are several issues coming up that we will take an active stand against. One is the raising of the debt ceiling. We oppose borrowing or printing any more money. There's an old expression that the government should do more with less. Well, I think we believe that the government needs to do less with less. Healthcare and cap-and-trade and the debt ceiling are going to be some of our primary focuses on the federal level over the next few months. But generally speaking, for our representatives here this evening, I'd like to define a little about who we are as a group. We are rugged individualists, and we do not need the government to protect us from ourselves. we are willing to accept our failures when they occur, and we do not want the government to bail us out. Furthermore, we do not want the government to confiscate our dividends when we succeed. We believe that local and state governments are more responsive to the needs of the people than the federal government. And despite all of her blemishes and birthmarks, we believe that America is the greatest nation on this earth. And we will fight to preserve the America that we know and love. Woo. Thank you.
Single.